Hello there, and thank you for tuning in this video. My name is John, and in this video I want to have a look at passive income with Onpassive. Now, Onpassive, when it launches, will be a set of tools for building your business, whatever business you have. Okay. Now, talking about building a business, you know, you're buying tools. Businesses are renting tools, as it were, sort of renting. If you pay a monthly fee for the use of tools, that's kind of like renting. Zoom alone has apparently, from less than 100 million just over the last few months, has now apparently gained several hundred million more customers. And of course is kind of due to this COVID thing. But now Onpassive has a set of tools that covers absolutely everything that you can possibly need to have an online presence with your business, whatever it is, whatever your business is. Okay, with Onpassive you can give that an online presence. Not only that, it also includes the traffic. Okay, there is no other platform that I've ever heard of that provides everything that you need. Everything. Well, Onpassive is that place. Okay, but this video here is more to see what happens if you make Onpassive your business. Now, I know many businesses are going to be using Onpassive to create their online presence, as well as using Onpassive for the traffic it provides and so on. But in this video I want to hone in a little bit more on the idea of making Onpassive your business, and that is simply because of this is the majority part of people who have been trying online marketing for possibly a number of years, maybe just for a short time, maybe you're just getting started, maybe you're just trying to learn everything, how it works, how online marketing works, especially you know, thinking about the COVID thing that's going on right now, that you know, that has left many people out of a job. Well, there is much reason for people to be looking online for either additional income or a full-time income, whatever it is you might be looking for. Well, rest assured, Onpassive will launch soon. It will launch soon, and provides all the tools necessary for any business to be successful. But as I already mentioned, this video here, I want to show you what the income potential is if you just simply make Onpassive your business. If, like, let's say you're coming online and you're looking for a way to make money online, and you haven't yet found anything, which is not very surprising because there really isn't that much out there that is really worth your attention. Okay, but now Onpassive changes the picture. Okay, so this here slide I'm talking about an independent distributor or reseller, okay, of the Onpassive products. Onpassive has a massive line of products. It doesn't matter from what corner of the world you come and what it is you're looking for on the internet. Onpassive has you covered. Onpassive has something for you, okay? So, having said that, let us just have a look at what the income potential. Now, mind you, by any means, this is not what I'm showing you here. This is not at all what Onpassive really is. This is not, how should I say it? This is only a little glimpse of what Onpassive can mean to you. But this here, if this was the limits of Onpassive, well, then the limits, in my opinion, are pretty high. But this isn't by any means the limit of what you can make in Onpassive. Okay, as for a residual, monthly residual income. Okay, but let's look at this table just for a little bit, if you will. Okay, so if we take a matrix of 3 by 10, which is what I'm showing you here, but again, let me tell you, this is really not Onpassive. This is just an example of what level 1 to 10 would look like as a 3 by 10 matrix, and this is only the beginning of what Onpassive can create for you. Okay, so now, having said that, I want to be clear with you here that the monthly income, it does depend on how many people are on your team, and that means that you can already now, ahead of time, before we launch, before even the campaigns have started, you can get a team going, even if it's just one. Even if you could only just refer one person, it's already huge. That is huge already, of what the difference will make and how much faster you will, attain financial freedom once Onpassive launches. But anyhow, we want to just look at this table here. What happens now? This here, obviously, this table is with the idea of that everybody is all in. All in meaning that you have purchased, that everybody has purchased all 4 packages. Okay, so there are 4 packages. There's a $25, there's a $125, there's a $250, and then there's a $500. Now, when you start your free trial after Onpassive launches, if you haven't signed up or not anything, and you're just a new person coming in, well, the first thing that you will have is the option of a free trial, of a 7-day free trial with Onpassive, and that 7 days will then give you access to a certain amount of the tools. You can test it out, check it out, and this and that, and also then decide what level you want to purchase. And if you purchase, say, just level 1, the $25, well, that's great, that's awesome. But here's what's going to happen. It's going to take a lot more time until you actually attain financial freedom, simply because this first level, the $25, does not give you traffic. Okay, it gives you access to some fantastic tools, but not traffic. So the other 3 levels all include traffic. So if you would decide to at least enter the level, the 125, now you at least have one level that provides you traffic. Now, don't be mistaken though, because the $25 level will still build your team. And you wonder, well, how is that? Well, it's because your upline is, you're going to be receiving spillover. This happens no matter what level you choose, okay? You will get spillover anyway from the people above you building their team, okay? So you can count on spillover anyways, regardless. But if you choose a level that has traffic included, this will get you to financial freedom much, much quicker, okay? So, but as I mentioned before, that this here table, it is with the concept that everyone is all in, which, by the way, doesn't really matter which level you choose. When you set your account on autopilot, meaning that Onpassive will automatically grow it, then you will automatically, by complete automation, you will eventually attain financial freedom. Eventually. It could take quite a bit of time, but eventually, because the automation will build your team on autopilot. Now, having said that, as I mentioned, we are considering that everybody is all in this table, and here is the monthly income that you would be receiving, you know, down to 10 levels, with the scenario that everybody is all in, which if everybody puts their account on automation, they will eventually be all the way, you know, all in. So if you look at the income here, this here, the last numbers, those are the monthly incomes on each level that you will receive. Now, of course, the matrix isn't gonna just fill in one level, then the other. No. That's not really how it works, because here's the thing. Some people will follow your example, and it's very likely that quite a few people will follow your example. We'll get around back to that a little bit later. But many people might not, and might just buy the 25. Many people are going to decide a higher level, and quite a number of them will very likely go in right away. Why? Because your path to financial freedom is much quicker if you go all in. That means that you're paying $900. That's the price of going all in, okay? So you buy all 4 packages, and then you have three packages, or 3 levels, if you will, that also provide traffic. And this is a huge advantage to achieving financial freedom much quicker, obviously, right? But eventually, whether it takes a year, or whether it takes 2 years, or whatever it is, that you would have this type of income, which is actually $2,032,614. Now, as I already mentioned, this here is only an example down to 10 levels, but but there are actually no limits with Onpassive. Because if this was the limit, then it's a pretty good limit, wouldn't you agree? It's a pretty good limit. 2 million a month, monthly, every month, residual income, pretty good. But it's not. There is no actual limit, okay? Now let me just say one more thing while we're here, okay? And that is that if you decide to share Onpassive with friends, neighbors, relatives, whatever your warm market is, if you have found something so great that will literally give you automated passive income, and you share this with even just a few people, this will hugely increase your financial freedom. This will build your team much quicker, because while you're adding some people, at the same time that Onpassive is growing your team from however many levels it is that you decided to purchase in, is the additional members is just absolutely going to be massive. Okay, so now let me just talk a little bit about the idea of having a few people, you know, or even maybe just one, doesn't really matter. Usually, by the time you have one person that actually pays the $97 to be a gofounder, there's usually a few invitees that haven't gone any further than an invitee, and that is valuable too. Once Onpassive launches, they will very likely at some point tune into the noise of the people making the money with Onpassive, and they're going to come in. And then there you go, they're likely going to be on your team. As well as it could easily be that if you get a founder, that you might have at least a couple of pending founders. Well, that's very valuable because they've already signed up and everything. They just did not make the payment. So Onpassive, when Onpassive launches, well, now they're already on your team as far as that's concerned. It's just that they weren't quite, maybe they didn't quite believe in being a founder. Maybe, I don't know what it is that is holding people back from paying that $97. When I got started, which is now, well, it's about a year, just over a year since I got started with Onpassive, and of course I could hardly wait. I was afraid that I might not be able to get a founder's position because it was only $97. That to me was such a fantastic deal. I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to get in quick enough and I was going to lose out. But now I'm in, and I've been in for about a year, and then obviously now I'm helping others to get in. And now we are much closer to the launch date than we were when I got started. You see, when I got in, Onpassive was under, the tools were being built. They were being built, and it was, it was in maybe, I don't know, should I say maybe still in the more of a beginning stage, but of course, so some of us, we waited a little longer. But now I am not waiting at all anymore. Now I am busy telling people about this fantastic opportunity that we have with Onpassive. because the future of GoFounders with Onpassive is a rich one. So it'll be a future of prosperity. And even those who are not necessarily GoFounders, I think the future can still be pretty good. But picture this. Onpassive has come all this way and has built so many tools, all completely from scratch. None of the code, none of it is copycat from anything else. Everything is home with Onpassive. Okay? So, coming into Onpassive, or as a GoFounder, is massive. And here's why. Because Onpassive will be running campaigns for a whole year. And these are massive campaigns. Building teams for the early bird GoFounders. The early bird GoFounder is going to disappear. The position for early bird GoFounder is going to disappear when the soft launch starts, which is very, very quickly here. We don't have a date at this point, but it is very likely within just a few days. And so I want to encourage you, if you would like to be a founding member of Onpassive, now is the time. Now is a good time to get in right away before that position is gone. Now, we will have secondary GoFounders, which are not the early bird. We will have secondary, which is going to be for, possibly 2 weeks to 4 weeks, or maybe even 8 weeks or so, that the campaigns of Onpassive are going to bring in a huge number of secondary GoFounders. But the secondary is at a higher price. Right now, the position as an early bird is only 97. The secondary are going to be 149. I believe it's 149.97 that they're going to be. So the greatest benefit right now is at $97. That's the greatest benefit. Or the second greatest benefit will be as a secondary founder at $249.97. Or is it $247? I'm not exactly sure of the tiny little couple of bucks at the end, but it's one of those numbers. So, but you have a chance right now to become an early bird founding member, which is the greatest advantage that Onpassive has. And it's available to you for just a couple more days, or maybe not even a couple more days. I don't know. But it is going to be disappearing very, very quickly here. Okay. Now, I'm making this video for golink.team. Golink.team is a platform that we have constructed to help people build their teams in Onpassive. Okay. So, if you would like help to build your team, then maybe golink.team just might be your option to get 1 or 2 founders yet before Onpassive launches. Thank you so much for watching this video, and all the best to you.